really annoying. All us working stiffs rushing to get to our slaves on time. All of us working stiffs, myself included. I am a working stiff. So all of us working stiffs are rushing to get to our work. Yo, what it do? Okay, yes, I know my seatbelt. I don't give a care a F that my seatbelt is unplugged. I don't care. What it do, what it is, I go by I am. And oftentimes on my channel, on this channel, and I have other channels, but on this channel, I like to. How many times are you going to inform me that I don't have my seatbelt on? I purposely don't have my seatbelt on, okay? God damn it. Stupid ass car. Oftentimes on this channel, on my channel, I will go live when I have thoughts on my mind. I don't wait. I just do it. So today, as I was driving to my everyday slave labor plantation, I said, and I'm looking at all these people rushing, we all rushing to get to our slave plantations. And I said, the mind of a working class stiff. What type of mind is that? What type of mind is the mind of a working class stiff? Greetings to everyone that just entered. The mind of a working class stiff is a person that's content with being a consumer, content with their life of mediocrity, content with their current position and status in life, and they don't strive for anything greater. That is basically what makes the mind of a working class stiff. See the difference? We all have to work. We are in a capitalistic society. We all have to pay our bills. We all have to work. I'm at work right now. I don't exclude myself. I'm on a hamster wheel. I know this. I am aware of this. So I don't make this video to like say, oh, I'm better than them. No. But what I'm saying is that there's a different mindset between me and people that think like me and the working stiff. People that think like me are not content. We do what we have to do because we have responsibilities, but we're not content. We're not content when the latest iPhone comes out, number 17, and we like, I can use the money that I don't have because most of us can't go drop $1,000 or $1,200, however much it costs when the average American citizen over 55% to 60% don't even have $400 set aside for a goddamn emergency. So most of us just can't go to get the new latest iPhone. But what we will do is we'll make payments, right? And we'll say, oh, damn. So the working class stiff thinks, oh, the latest iPhone 17 just came out. I get to go get it. I could go make some payments, you know? And the working class stiff is happy making car payments on a car that they can't afford, making payments on all these, you know, their subscription services. They're happy with that. That's what keeps them, you know, justifying being a cog in the wheel, right? But a person that has my mindset is like, no, I don't, that doesn't bring me happiness. Me trading my time, which I can't get back, for money and barely getting by is not contentness for me, because I can get the latest iPhone on payment, because I can have a car note, because I can live in this apartment or whatever. That no, there's more to life than that. And we realize that. People that think like me, we realize there's more than life than trading our time for money. We realize and we feel like we were not put on this earth to just work for money. Like we people that think like me, we feel like we were put here to do more than this. Hey, what's up? So the working class stiff don't think that way. The working class stiff here in Southern California, in LA to be exact, where I'm at, there is a lot of working class stiffs, and they're all content going every day to their stupid job and trading their time for money, as long as they can be consumers and buy things that they can't afford. See, that's the difference. And I was thinking yesterday, as I was on my way back from work, because every day that I had to come to this bullshit, I'm miserable. I mean, I don't lie about it. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't say, man, I'm so happy. I don't try to trick myself and say, man, I'm so excited. Oh man, I get to go and be another slave today. No, I don't play those type of games with myself, right? So as I'm driving, and I'm like, we are controlled, the majority, which is all of us, working class, are controlled by a small minority. We're controlled by 1%, because 1% has all the wealth, right? And I say, how is this dynamic allowed to happen? How is 1% of the population able to control us? Because if you look, the world's richest men, which is like 3, right? They go back and forth. Larry Ellison, Elon Musk. They have enough wealth between those two to give every one of us in the United States, because it's like over 330 million, the last time I checked with the census, right? They have enough wealth between those two to give each and every one of us $100,000 each. Can you ponder on that? Those two individuals have enough wealth to give each and every one of us $100,000 each, and I believe still be okay. So that lets you know how the wealth is concentrated in just the small minority. But why do we put up with it? Because the majority are the working class stiffs that are content being consumers. And individuals like me, we are the minority. And when we try to speak to these working class stiffs, say, head on, we got the power. We can turn all this shit around if we all realize the game that's being played. They like, what are you talking about? You're crazy. You're weird. And that's really the energy that you get. So you just say, well, it's just hopeless. You just say, well, I'm going to do what I can do. Whatever I can do to escape this shit, whatever I can do to escape this rat race, I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Now, I want to touch on the next topic of this video, is capitalism. Capitalism is the root, especially the capitalism of the United States of America, is the root of all crimes. If you look at particularly impoverished areas, a majority of the crimes in impoverished areas in ghettos of America are the result of a lack of resources, but are mainly financial, basically motivated, right? I'm from Oakland, California. I'm from the Bay Area. I was looking at a video yesterday where it was like 30 individuals. They ran into a jewelry store with guns and basically broke and took $1 million worth of jewelry. They were being watched by a drone, so the whole time I guess they didn't know. But then the jewelry store made it to where they couldn't get out, so they locked the door of the jewelry store locked, and they had to shoot their way out, and they eventually got caught. They still catch, but I was reading the comments of somebody's video that was talking about this, and they were like, "Oh, look at these people. They should this, that, and the other." I'm like, do you know, a lot of these people are removed from the realities of the ghetto. A lot of these people don't realize, they say, well, they should get a job. There's only so many jobs, man. Let's say there's 1,000 jobs and there's 10,000 50,000 people in the ghetto, and the local warehouse only has 1,000 jobs. Well, there's only 1,000 people that can get their jobs. What about the rest of the individuals, right? And they don't look at that, right? They don't look that in these ghettos, in these areas where they probably came from, because they went to a more affluent area to do this, to do it. I know where San Ramon is. So I'm from Oakland. San Ramon is it's like an affluent area. It's like 40 to, I say 40, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes away drive. That they say, well, look, man, ain't no opportunities out here. Ain't no opportunities in Oakland. Ain't no opportunities in this area. So what are they gonna do? They can't find a job because there's only a limited amount of jobs. So they just sitting around, no opportunities, no resources are put in these ghettos. All the resources have been taken out. The cost of living is constantly going up. The Bay Area is one of the most expensive places in the world. And these individuals, like, even if I do get a job, I still can't afford to live over here. So they like, F it. I'm about to just go do what I got to do. And this is what the system of capitalism creates. It creates these type of conditions. And now we're facing something even more severe with this whole AI thing. What do you think is going to happen when 90%, now they only focused on the ghetto, right? They only looking at the ghetto. But what happens when AI replaces 90% of white collar jobs? What happens then? You think the white collar individuals is going to just sit idly and just say, oh yeah, we'll just sit here and be miserable? No, they might start doing some things to make ends meet. So the system of capitalism itself especially in the US, is a brutal, rugged, is a system that's not working. It's not working for the majority of individuals. It is not. And we can look at the results of that. We can look at the results. We can look at a country that is around the world that has more social programs, like more of a socialist type base, not fully socialist, but more of a social type base, and look at the results of that country. I think, is it Poland or something? One of them countries in Europe where, like, they're the safest countries. If you look in Google or ChatGPT or whatever, the world's safest 10 countries or whatever, those countries are on the top list for a reason, because they have, I believe, more social safety nets that keep the people and keep the population okay, that they don't have to stretch. Like, they still work. It's a mixture of both, but it's more social. Here in the US, it's just rugged capitalism. And they say, oh, well, we got welfare and we got this. You only get welfare if you damn they're poor, right? You got to be damn near destitute to get welfare. Because what happens is, if you go get a job at McDonald's and you working at McDonald's, but you still living in a high cost area like Los Angeles or like Oakland or whatever, you're not going to be making enough to afford a basic apartment. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to apply for welfare. You got to apply for food stamps. But then what happens? Oh, you make too much. You make too much. It disqualifies you. Or if they give you something, they're going to give you something that ain't worth shit. What's $200 going to do? So this whole shit is rigged, and I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I really don't. Like, I think the only thing that's keeping this shit afloat is the military force, the militarized police force. That's the only thing that's keeping this shit up, because there's no way that this type of system can have longevity given the conditions. that is being created. And we're seeing it before our eyes. We're seeing it unfold before our eyes, the destruction, all this, the violence that's happening all around the country. We're seeing it. We're seeing the fall of an empire right before our eyes. So with that being said, man, I got to get to my wage slave. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.